Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to present my lesson on the topic translation aesthetics. It is based on the article written by Levy. Levy, in his article Translation Aesthetics, has divided the essay or article, let me say, into 3.1 and 3.2 subtopics, and today I'm going to talk about 3.1. In 3.1 there is creative production, translation as an art form. It means how translation is viewed as an art. Levy brings the context of Ottokar Fischer, who in 1920 defined translation as an activity at the interface between science and art. Linguistic equivalence is translator's preoccupation first, and the artistic dimension is to be focused secondly. It means this point clearly says that any translator has to focus on linguistic equivalence in the beginning, and then artistic dimension needs to be focused secondly. Likewise, by using all the artistic means of the target language, a translator substitutes one set of verbal material for another which entails autonomous creativity of him or her. That means artistic means of the target language, a translator substitutes one set of verbal material for another which entails autonomous creativity of him or her. Likewise, translation as a work of art is artistic reproduction, as a process is original creation, and as an art form is a borderline case at the interface between reproductive art and original creative art. Levy here used the term reproductive art and original creative art. Let's talk about reproductive art in the beginning. By reproductive art, we mean the former draw on the product of the latter. For example, the original work of art belongs to conceptual art, while its translation is an artistic reproduction. Now we move to 3.1.2, the dual form in translation. The basis of translation aesthetics and critique is the category of value. Two norms are applied in the evolution of reproductive art: the reproduction norm, that means the requirement to capture the original faithfully, and the artistic norm, the requirement of beauty. And he has used the term fidelity, veracity, types of things there, and identifying reality with art would result in naturalism. Likewise, technically speaking, in translation practice, this basic aesthetic antinomy is manifested as the contradiction between so-called translation fidelity and freedom. Translation fidelity here refers to the rule-based translation, that is semantic types of translation, formal type of translation, and freedom here refers to communicative type of equivalence or communicative translation. An actor, actress, after make-up, how she or he gets ready for acting and beautiful they look, has the same impression of art in translation. The emotive structure of the work, the beauty or artistic excellence, the aesthetic value of the translation are to be maintained in translation. Likewise, stylistic and emotional exhibitionism, showing off one's linguistic skill and a sentimental intensification of emotive effects cannot be considered aesthetic values. Some translators might think so, but actually here Levy has clearly said that uh, showing off one's linguistic skill and a sentimental intensification of emotive effects cannot be considered aesthetic values. Likewise, the frequent repetition of syntactic pattern or emphatic words as a style of Charles Dickens today is called stylistic primitivism. Means if we have to focus something or emphasize something, we can repeat those words or phrases, and that is what we call stylistic primitivism, and that is also a part of art. Translators are less artistically gifted than the author. Here Levy has given first priority to translate the original writer, and then only he has given second priority to translators. Here I just want to remember one thing. If we are genius, we become the writer. If we are not, then we are at least we just read the things written by others, and then if we are less genius, we translate others' writing, and if we are not able to do even that, we just read the things written by others or translated by others. Here, while doing everything, we need art. Means while writing also we need art, and while reading also art is required. Not all liberties are aesthetically of equal significance, so even if we have liberties, we cannot misuse it. Here on 3.1.3, the hybrid nature of translation has been dealt with, and Levy has talked about a translated text is viewed as a composite hybrid configuration. Hybrid configuration, he has emphasized the word there. There is semantic content and the formal characteristics of the source text. There is the entire system of artistic features specific to the target language contributed by the translator. Some proper names can have equivalents in the target language, but some others not. So, the result of translation will be jumble of source language and target language text. The heart symbol is replaced by a different physiological symbols like liver, sometimes stomach, or sometimes throat in different languages in different contexts. Likewise, in 3.1.4, Levy has talked about the ambivalent relationship with the original literature. Here, by ambivalent relationship, he means translatability may become one of the translation's aesthetic value. So not all the types of words, not all the types of texts are translatable. So we have to look for the things whether the text is translatable or not. Phrases or idioms are translatable with equivalent meanings or not. Likewise, a translated work becomes part of the literature written in the target language. Its cultural function is similar to that of an original work of domestic literature. So, though it is a translated text, it is naturalized and it is adopted to the target language culture. So, a translator has to emphasize the cultural words, cultural phrases and idioms specifically, so that the target language readers understand it, and they must have the feeling that they are reading the text produced in their own land, not what they are reading the things from just other countries, that is like imported material. uh, for today, just on translation aesthetics, I just sum up it. Thank you for listening and watching the presentation. If you have any feedbacks or suggestions or queries, you can just have a call or have an email to me. It's bumiraj.pandit@gmail.com. uh, so see you in the next time.